Good. I am here with Bubba Badman Jenkins, PFL featherweight, back in action, June 8th, PFL 4. Bubba, how are things going ahead of this second fight of the season?
It's going good, man. I'm excited to go to Atlanta and put on another show. Everything's going smooth in training camp. I'm in really good shape. Happen to be in Connecticut right now, just getting some boxing going. I'm commentating some TSL boxing tonight, so excuse my appearance and where I'm at. But yeah, man, just all about the fight game and all about what's happening next. And Atlanta is what's next.
Good to hear. I'm a little curious about the commentating. How long have you been doing that, and is that something you'd like to do more of moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. I've been commentating. Well, this will be my second time for TCL, but I've been commentating for a couple of years. Everybody know Bub Bad Man got away with words, so you know, um, I'm definitely going to be looking into doing that a lot more. And it's a great opportunity for me because Team Combat League is an awesome league, and it's a new thing that's about to be happening.
Does that give you a little bit of insight? Like, does that
Oh,
help?
yeah, look at the coach of Las Vegas right here. Huh?
There we
Hey,
go.
hey, bad man looking good right now. Fabulous. Beautiful.
Good to see you, coach. Good luck tonight, baby. We're gonna be talking about it.
Love it. I was going to ask, I mean, does doing the commentary, does that give you some insight into your own fight style, into your own camp? Do you learn things, pick things up from doing that?
Absolutely. One, it helps my striking because I'm commentating on boxing and just seeing some of the different moves and maneuvers that they make, and sometimes being here with Malignaggi and different fighters and of that ilk, they speak on things and they talk about things that help me understand different maneuvers and techniques to do. So yeah, it definitely helps. And anytime you can coach or teach or analyze a situation and commentate on it often, you can start really picking up the nuances to it. You might not be able to do it unless you go out and do there, but you definitely learn a lot. And when you put it together, you can grow fast.
Very cool. Now, we're about a month removed from that opening fight of the season. Obviously, it was the rematch with Chris Wade. You came out ahead, got the 3 points. What were your takeaways from that fight, and were you happy with the performance?
I'm very happy with the performance. We got in there, we got it done. We either gonna revenge the loss or we took the loss off our losing column. Um, I felt like I fought smart. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you should have did this, you should have that," but we're fighting in the tournament. I got no injuries. We're going into this next fight smooth and cool. So I'm excited about fighting my man. What's up, baby? Good luck tonight. Good luck tonight. I'm excited about fighting Sung Bin Jo and his style, and a lot of people have been waiting for Sung Bin Jo to fight. So we get to see him, and we get to see what Batman brings to Atlanta.
You mentioned a lot of people have been waiting. He wasn't medically cleared ahead of that first fight of the season. Is there any concern that he doesn't make it to the date?
Absolutely, I've been saying that the whole time. You don't really get to ask for anybody in the tournament, so you just hope that they give you the right opponent for you advance. And when you're one of the top guys, it really doesn't matter the opponent. You just kind of show up ready to go. And with it being a tournament style and hoping to have a fight and making sure that you have to have those things, I need a dance partner. And if I have a good dance partner, bad man like to dance and we dance well. But when it gets a little bit weird and sticky, I show up professionally and I just make sure that I do my job. So yeah, I'm a little nervous that that might be the case, but we're expecting the best healthy on weight Sung Bin Jo that we have seen.
Well, hopefully all goes according to plan. If it does, and that is who you throw down with on June 8th, what are you expecting to see from Sung? Because, I mean, he hasn't fought this season so far.
Heavy punches, heavy throwing punches. I see him throwing combination and bunches. One, two, three, four punches at a time. That's usually been his mo in the past. So I think that's something I'm going to be looking out for. But he really throws that right hand with all the conviction in the world. So that's something that we got to be privy of, and we just got to be smart. I'm excited about the matchup. because he looks to be a gigantic 145 pounder, and I guess the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and it's a good visual.
When you go into this fight, I mean, you've got 3 points from that first fight of the season. You're in second place behind the returning champion, Brendan Loughnane. Does the point situation change your approach at all? Do you go in there thinking, maybe a finish isn't enough to make the play, or sorry, maybe a decision is not making enough to make the playoffs. I need a finish, or do you just treat this as any other fight and see where the chips fall?
I treat this as any other fight, and I see where the chips fall. I do what I have to do my job. I've never not made the playoffs since I've been in the PFL, so the recipe is pretty simple. Focus on Badman, and we'll get the job done. It's after PFL where I find my losses. The regular season has not affected me at all. I've been ready to go. I don't think I've lost a round in the regular season. If I have, it hasn't been for long. And it hasn't been many. So when it comes to regular season, I have a good hold and understanding on it. As pertains to the points, if I knock somebody out, likely because Loughnane's already in the lead and they gave him somebody to kick on again, likely he kicks his guy to death like he just did, and he gets another 6 or 5 points. I knock my guy out. That puts me and him at the top, and likely we fight for the playoff spot. We fight in the playoffs for the championship spot. 3 rounds instead of 5. So he better hope he can get on that bike for 3 rounds, and he better hope all that kicking is going to help him for 3 rounds instead of 5, because I'm looking forward to a 3-round fight with Loughnane and a 5-round fight. I'm looking forward to another fight with Loughnane, period. But if I knock my guy out and say Movlid, does his best against Tyler Diamond, which is an awesome matchup, and I just beat my guy, say I don't knock my guy out, I just beat my guy, then likely, I get the Movlid guy in the semis. And I like Movlid in the 15 too. I like Movlid in 25 really, because he ain't gonna be able to, I'll hold my tongue on the Movlid matchup, but let's just say I like it. I like it in 15. I like it in 25. Either way, I like it. And whoever else would be the other 4th opponent, whether Diamond gets the knockout of Movlid, because that's his only way of advancing, or there's some wild things that have to happen for these other guys to get in there. Kudo versus Wade is a wonderful matchup to look at, but yeah, absolutely looking forward to just getting my hand raised in whatever fashion, moving on to the playoff spot, and securing myself to be in a great position, an opportunity to get that $1 million.
I think you just listed just how stacked this featherweight division is when you talk about guys like Tyler Diamond, Khaybulaev, Brendan Loughnane, obviously yourself. The one person I did speak to recently was Chris Wade, who you faced earlier in the season, and obviously you are now 1-1. He says he feels like it's destined to go to a 3rd fight. Do you figure you're going to see him down the line at some point?
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to excuse me.
I knew I'd get some reaction.
Yeah, all right. If that's what Destiny wants, he better call her back and make sure that she ain't she was talking to the right person. But no, listen, I love that matchup. Anyway, any day, any hour, any place. Really, I would love that matchup, and he's 100% right. It's 1-1, and I got 3 rounds, and he's got 3 rounds. It's 1-1, and now we must be a 3rd matchup. I hope it's for the semifinals.
Well, we do love trilogies in MMA, that's for sure. From the fan perspective,
we do love trilogies, and that is one that I would love, absolutely love.
Wow, sounds good. There's a lot to be happy with right now with the PFL. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on. We just saw Francis Ngannou make it official. They've signed Cedric Doumbé. Obviously, earlier in the year, Jake Paul. I mean, just from your perspective, as a guy who's been in the promotion now for a few years, what's the feeling like being part of all this?
Man, it's a wonderful ride to be on. All boats rise when the tide is high. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to be on this ride. I'm glad to be on the wave. I'm in a good position doing my thing. I believe I'm out fighting my contract. I believe my numbers and my star status and my fighting abilities and my technique, my skills. I feel like it all has risen in the eyes of PFL, in front of the fans of PFL, in front of the fans of mixed martial arts. And I feel like I'm doing a great job of not only speaking out and fighting out and trying to be entertaining and doing what I can to, put PFL out there, but also ride whatever PFL is doing as well. I'm African American dude, but my bloodline is Ghanaian, and I have the friends in Africa, so speaking with them on different things abroad is an amazing feat, as well as the commentating aspect. I'm excited to be a part of what PFL is doing and moving in the right direction with all of mixed martial arts.
Well, it's definitely very cool. One of the maybe not so positive things recently, we saw a bunch of fighters test positive after that trip to Nevada. A couple in your division, but they fought each other in Flores and Torres, so it kind of canceled each other out. But they are talking about bringing in USADA, and I'm wondering if that's something that you think is necessary at this point to keep things on the up and up, let's say.
Oh, I don't mind USADA coming in. The only thing I don't want them doing is knocking on my door at 7 o'clock in the morning, because a brother like his cannabis. Sometimes it's good for the body or whatnot. But yeah, get the roids out of here. Get everybody who's using the roids and all the hard stuff. Get that out of here. But for sure, be with the times. USADA, be with the times. All I'm saying is understand the times.
Well, I think they did.
Especially in the state of Las Vegas, is what I'm saying.
Well, USADA did up the limit for THC, I think, because of that. So I think on that front, you're probably in the all clear.
Yeah.
I'm curious for your opinion. It didn't happen in this case with your division because, the two guys who tested positive fought each other. So like I said, it kind of cancels out. But if you get a situation where one guy tests positive and he wins, what do you do with the loser? I mean, should he get the points? How do you think that should work?
I don't even know, man. Yeah, yeah. It's hard. There are so many things that are in PFL that has not been established yet. The guy that I'm fighting didn't fight the first round. You know what I mean? How does he have an opportunity to even compete with me, who has done the work in the first round of the regular season? That's it's a weird thing that has happened, and there are other guys that are just jumping in as if they were been there already. And I understand the Tyler Diamond alternative route. That's something that had to happen because of Torres or of Flores failing. But when it comes to my matchup or something like that, give me someone who's already had a fight, who's already been working, who's already he doesn't have to deal with God made it willing that I was able to get in there and get unscathed and cleanly get out. But the work that we had to put in, the quick turnaround, and the things that we have to do to prepare for the next one is sometimes is a little bit weary, and you don't know all of what PFL was going to do about guys not making weight or guys not doing certain things. So yeah, it is up in the air often.
You make a really good point about, your opponent not having fought, whereas you have. Should the PFL maybe consider like an alternate bout or two at the start of the season to accommodate for that?
Yeah, maybe putting some extra guys in there, extra fighters, extra alternates. They're doing a good job. They got so much going on with the Challenger Series and Europe and Africa, and like you said, signing Jake Paul and just emptying the bank. I hope they didn't empty the bank because my contract here is up. But backing up the brink truck for Francis. They got a lot going on, and I believe they're doing a great job with everything that they have. But definitely need some cleaning up in those areas.
And you mentioned your contract being up at the end of the year. I mean, I assume you would like to stay with the league if possible, and I assume you'd like to go into that negotiation as the champ.
Well, I am definitely a people's person. My smile is wide and my hair is crazy. So whoever loves the pretty smile and crazy hair the most is where Batman wants to be. You know, I have a lot of love for what PFL is not only doing but has done with me. So I'm a company man, of course, but you know, it's always business.
Fair enough, man. Well, I know you are a busy man. You've got some business tonight on the commentary side. I thank you again for the time today, Bubba. One last one before I let you go. How does this fight play out on June 8th?
It plays out with me getting my hand raised in dominating fashion. You know, most of the time in the regular season, I do dominate. So let's keep that trend going. I don't have a knockout yet in the regular season, so you know I'm looking. I've been saying that I want to do that. I'm looking forward to that. That might be on the radar, but nonetheless, domination. I mean, I'm signed with Team Dominance. You know how it go.
Absolutely. Bubba, June 8th, PFL 4. Looking forward to it. Thanks for the time. Best of luck in the fight.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Have a great night. Enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Tune in. TC out.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, man.